Hi, I'm Megan, your host, and if you like this episode, then you can follow us for more, and you can also catch us on all social medias for more FRA content. Enjoy!
Hi everyone, I'm Ruby.
I'm Rose.
And today we are going to be talking about what we got up to at Fashion Week.
So as we were saying, we volunteered at Fashion Week. We volunteered at the show House of Icons, which a lot of FRA students do because it's in London and they usually look for students who want to get more experience.
We found it on Instagram, so they had the Instagram post where like if you send in your CV, and then I don't know about you, but I emailed off my CV to the email, and then I heard back probably the next day and got added to the group chat.
Yeah, same.
And then I saw a lot of people that actually knew, which was good.
Yeah,
that were doing it.
As I said, like a lot of FRA people do it, so it was nice to meet new people, but also we already had people who we knew who were doing it. So we got added to the group chat, and then that's where they kind of like gave us all the information. We also did it in February actually, so we were already kind of we already knew what we were kind of doing. But we got added to the group chat, and then they like gave all the information about like what to wear. What else did they give out?
What to expect, kind of, and if you have any concerns, who to like talk to.
Yeah.
And we just got told when we got there, we got put in like a meeting room, and we were like, you could choose if you wanted to be a designer or if you wanted to be doing seating. So the seating, like you were kind of working with like the backstage people, making sure everything was running smoothly. Whereas the designer, you were with one specific designer, and you stayed with that designer and helped them with everything they needed.
Yeah, like the designer, you might be like steaming or doing, if you can sew, sometimes they like ask you to do like the last minute sewing, and like fitting models as well. We got to meet like loads of models and stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah, luckily I didn't get asked to do sewing.
Yeah, I did do textiles for GCSE, but I'm not the best at sewing, so I'm happy I didn't get put on that. So the Fashion Week was Friday and Saturday. There are loads of other Fashion Weeks that you can actually like apply to and like volunteer for. So just like keep a lookout on like Instagram and stuff like that, because a lot of the time they'll ask you to send in your CV. We volunteered at House of Icons, so if you are looking to get into it, just follow them on Instagram and you'll see when they put an Instagram post out. And it was Friday and Saturday. So on the Friday we went in, as we said, we got put in a meeting room and we got to meet all the people and also meet the people who were volunteering.
Yeah, and we got set our designers or seating. They do ask you, but it's not like on the February one, everyone wanted to do seating, so people got, like for example, I wanted to do seating, just because I was a bit like, I don't know if I want to work with a designer. But I got put with a designer, and that one was amazing. Like that one was really good.
Yeah, you had a really good designer.
I was really glad I had a designer, but this time round I done seating, so I've had an experience with both.
Yeah,
I think
that was same with me as well. On the Feb one, I was with a designer from America. That's another thing. All of the designers, some are from England, America, like some are from like different countries in Asia.
My one was the Queen of Madagascar, which I thought was so cool.
And they're all like different. The designers all have kind of different ideas of clothing. Like some are more like formal wear, party wear. So again, you get like a full aspect of all the different
cultural as well.
Yeah, a lot of cultural ones as well. This year we were both on seating. However, on the second day I did kind of get more into the backstage bit just because they needed someone extra to be there. So when we got there on the Friday, what did we do? So we went into the meeting room, we met everyone, we got given our passes.
We had me and Rose had to, so they had like a meet and greet where you could see the building, but because me and Rose have done it before, people who didn't come and are new to it, we got asked to show them around and like where everything was, so like the kids bit was upstairs.
Yeah, it was nice for doing it for the second time because you actually knew what you were doing. Like you felt like you could help other people rather than be scared for yourself.
Yeah, and you were kind of like more confident. So then if you saw people that were a bit like confused and didn't know where to go, you could like show them. So and it's quite a nice like environment to be in as well, because even like the models and the designers, they were like, you can just be sitting on a seat and they start talking to you.
It was nice to like make some contacts and stuff, definitely. And we didn't actually say this, but the show is for like upcoming designers, so it's not just one collection, but it's like 30, I think it was like 30 designers this year.
Yeah, and they had 4 different shows.
Yeah, they had 4 different shows. I think the times were like 11, 1, 3, and then like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
So it was quite a long day. So on the Friday, we met the designers, we met the models. We were only there for a couple hours, and that's when we started we were on seating, but all the people who were with designers, they just started like steaming, fitting the models.
And making sure everything was running smoothly, because it was the first time the designers met the models as well.
Yeah.
So obviously
sometimes the dress didn't fit the model, then they had to find another model.
Cinch it in or find another model.
But
there was a lot of running around, but it was like quite fun.
Yeah, it was like a nice rush around. Like, it didn't feel really stressful. It was more just like adrenaline. Like, it was definitely fun. Should we move on to day 2? Because that's when everything actually started.
The main day.
Yeah, day 1 was literally just prepping, but day 2...
that was only, you started at 3 o'clock on Friday, wasn't it? So Saturday was a much earlier start, 9 a.m.
9 a.m, and we finished at like 8:30, so it was a very long day.
Yeah.
We got in, again, went to like the meeting room and just recapped like what the plan was for the day.
If anything needed to be changed, they can change it.
And then once we were there, we met with the designers again, and it was all just like panic backstage, because there was like at the backstage area with all of the models and the designers, and then upstairs there was the kids area, because they can't be in the same room. So some people were upstairs with the kids, and there was like makeup artists, hair people. It was crazy backstage. And then before the first show, because we were on seating, we had to like put out the goodie bags, and we had to make the goodie bags as well for like the VIP front row guest people.
That was quite fun.
That was fun. And we had to like put them out, and then we started welcoming people in and just like saying where to sit. We had to like push people down the rows, because some people would just sit at the very start of the row.
Some people were quite stubborn, like we were like, oh, could you please move back? And then they were like, no, I want to stay
But I think that actually it was kind of like good experience that people were stubborn, because again it just gives you more confidence.
Because you're like, okay, I have to do this is my job, like move back.
And then the first show started, and there was all different designers, so there's, as I said, there was like American ones, cultural, like and I was given, this is really funny, but I was given a headset, and I was working with the photography and like press team, and I had to make sure that no one walked in front of the stage, because obviously they're all trying to take pictures, and if someone's coming down the wrong way and then someone like walks in front of the stage. So I wasn't security, but I kind of was. It was actually, it was really
weird. She loved this headset. Every time I turned around, she had this big like headset on, and she was like telling people to move out of the way. It was just like... And
the main photographer guy, he'd like put the headset down, because he had one as well, and he was like, oh, this bag's in the way, or this person's in the way, like, can you move them out of the way? So I'd have to like kind of like go tell people off.
Was there a lot of people that like were in the way?
Not really, but it was just more like when sometimes, I don't know, if you need the toilet or something and you're sitting on the front row, they just walk straight in front of the stage, and it was like, you know. But so that was my job, and Ruby, you were just like helping backstage and stuff.
I was just kind of here, there and everywhere.
We had to do like quick changes as well. We did that in the first.
They had kind of had like a few people on like standby, so like I would be helping seating and then run backstage, help with a quick change, and like if anyone needed anything, they just grabbed me, and
it was quite stressful.
I was kind of everywhere, so I didn't really see Rose that much. But.
And then the first show was done, and we just had to like reset the room again, so put out the goodie bags, and also like just rearrange the seats, because people would like move forward and move back and stuff like that.
And then sometimes you have to swap out, because everyone gets a chance to watch at least one show, which is really good, because even though you're helping backstage, you do get to see the final show.
It was nice to see the final product.
And I might have to like cover someone, or if they need lunch.
That was another thing, because we all obviously needed lunch breaks, because it was such a long day. Sometimes someone would go for a lunch break, and then you had to take over their position, and you're like, what am I doing? Because you're just with a random person.
But because it was so many of us, and we were all volunteering, we all just kind of like went, okay, you go first and I'll go after. Just had to like kind of sort it for ourselves. But there was like loads of shops nearby. So.
That was good as well.
Yeah, big Tesco's.
And like the location of it as well was it was in a hotel, but it was in like the basement bit of the hotel. So it was like a huge room, and the location was so nice. Like it was very...
And there were so many people going for a nice getaway while we were running around trying to get like stuff ready.
Anyway, so we moved on to the second show, and the same kind of thing happened. It was new designers. There was also like live music in some of them, which was kind of cool. And just everything about it.
They had like a singer every show.
It
was really cool. I think they had some people from the February one as well. There was one singer, and she was really good. I can't remember her name.
Neither. But
she came back, didn't she?
Yeah, she was really good. And then just the day moved on. We had to prep again for the third show. And there was like sound checks again for the music. They had to do sound checks, so I got to watch that, because I was on like the press bit. On the breaks, I kind of got to just like sit in the room and like watch the sound checks and stuff, which was pretty cool. And then the third show went on.
And as the day kind of went on, you kind of knew what your role was. So like obviously the first show you'll be like, oh, what am I doing?
You get used to it.
It's a bit of repetition, isn't it?
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah.
And then obviously the fourth show at the end, which the fourth show it was only one designer, because whereas the other ones, as I said, it's for upcoming people, so they have like maybe like 5 designers in one show. The last one was just one designer, which I think they're called like Tycocelli or something.
Yeah, Tycocelli, and they kind of presented the whole thing, like I said, House of Icons with Tycocelli, so they were like the main people.
They like presented the show, and they were really good. Like theirs wasn't really as much, like it was more of like a performance. It was kind of cool. They had like dancers, and they had like live music, and it was very like the atmosphere was really good.
Yeah, and their clothes were amazing.
Yeah, the clothes were so good.
They were probably my favourite designer.
Yeah.
And like I saw them backstage, and they were just like, there were so many volunteers with them as well. So because they were the main people, they had more volunteers.
Yeah.
And when you're with a designer, you usually have another volunteer. Like, you're not got thrown in the deep end.
Yeah.
So I think we forgot to mention that you do get paired.
Yeah, you do get paired with like a couple other people. So if you're a bit shy and you don't really know how to talk to the designers, you get paired with like 2 or 3 people. So it's nice because then again you're with your friends, and you can ask to be with your friends if you're quite a shy person.
But I always think it's good to go with other people.
Yeah,
like,
just
I went with you when I done the designing.
Yeah.
And like I felt a bit more confident because I had to be. Like, I wasn't with my friends, so I was like, oh, like they know how I am. I just had to kind of show my personality a bit more to like you know.
Yeah.
But
I think it's good to kind of go by yourself because, as I said, it just makes you more confident and makes you meet new people as well, I guess.
Because even like there was a few people that literally like they came on their own, they didn't have anyone.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really good because like they still met people.
Yeah, as I said, like a lot of us go to FRA anyway, so we knew people through that. Like, well, we did it together and we know each other, but we also met like mutual people in other classes who we're kind of friends with, but we don't have the same college days as them. So it was just nice to see them.
Yeah, and there's always like people from like the uni and
all different ages as well.
Yeah, so it's not just like 16, 17.
Yeah. Would you recommend doing it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's a really good experience. The one we done is very good to start off with.
Yeah.
So like obviously if you go on you can do more fashion weeks, but this one, because it's like a kind of FRA.
Yeah.
It's not like from FRA, but a lot of people do it and they're kind of like our age. It's a bit more like comforting.
Yeah.
But because you've got that experience, you can go on to do bigger ones and more.
And obviously it's like fashion week, so that was Friday, Saturday, but there might be another show on like Thursday or Wednesday that you could help out at.
A few people do like the Friday, Saturday, and then do a Sunday one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a really good experience, and it's just really fun. Like if you're a fashion student, you obviously love fashion. You're working fashion week, and it's just a really cool experience. It's something you can say you did and, you know, put on your CV. Yeah, but when we got added to the group chat in February, when that ended, they changed it to September 1. So we were already like going on to the September 1. So if you are looking to do it, I would definitely sign up for the next one's February, obviously, because you stay on that group chat. So
if you want to do it again, like every single season, then you've already got a place.
Yeah.
And also they're what's it called? The CEO person who runs the fashion week. You get to talk to them, and also you get to like meet all the actual people who are a part of the fashion week.
Yeah.
So you can make contacts with them, and then maybe if they're doing any other shows, they might want you to help out at those shows.
And that's why I think it's good to like kind of work on your own, because then you might be a bit more not like memorable. Like they might remember you as being like the girl who was like doing really
chatty,
well, and like you were like really focused, and as long as you're yourself, then that's all you can do.
Exactly,
really.
just like try to talk to everyone and just make the most of it, because it goes so quickly as well. It
definitely
is a long day. It's such a long day, but then at the end of the day you think, oh, it actually went really quickly.
And it was like a fun, like you don't really feel. It
doesn't feel like you're working. It just feels like
you don't feel tired. Like when we were like, oh my god, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
It goes quickly. It does.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it as well. What was your favourite part of the fashion week in general?
I think my favourite part was like probably just seeing all the designs. Like it's really cool to see. We do the retail course, so it's a very different like world for us. I've always been interested in like working backstage at like fashion weeks and stuff like that, but I've never actually been able to see like the designers like making their piece. Like some people literally made their pieces on the spot.
Yeah, your one on February, didn't
she literally had to like sew the dress while it was on the models because it didn't fit properly. So I think it's nice for a retail student to see more of that design aspect of fashion, and just like learn more about how they make their dresses and like where they get their inspiration from. Definitely.
Yeah, I think my favourite bit, it's not common, but I feel like seeing the designers backstage. Yeah. Like it's like this big room and you just kind of walk through and it's just like so many different designs on the rails. Yeah. And there's so many like different models and like everything's so different, but it goes nicely.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say, like all the models aren't like stereotypical models. Like some, as I said, they're all from different countries and they've all got like, you know, different like shapes, sizes, everything. Yeah. So it's not just like your typical fashion week, like it's very different. So I thought,
and the way they organised each show was really nice because it wasn't like your evening wear show, the daytime show.
It was like a mix of everything.
It was a mix of everything, and it was just so nice to see it kind of like from start to finish.
Yeah.
Like when they come in and put their clothes on the rail to the stage.
It is
I
stressful,
really like the behind the scenes of it.
Same, I
Yeah.
do like that. So we came to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening.
And if you are interested in joining a fashion week, definitely follow House of Icons on Instagram and look out for their February fashion week. Bye.
Bye.